Do you think I can get this bike fixed? I think she thinks we can get this bike fixed. Another beautiful spring day in rural southeast Michigan. Good morning! It's, not morning, it's like 1:30 in the afternoon. Today is actually Friday. So, today in this episode of Wred doesn't know what day it is. I did get the wheel back together. But as you can see, just how much we have our work cut out for us with getting this thing drewed. Well, it's better than it was, but there's still a long way to go. Chickens, grant me your patience. Inner tubes showed up. Amazon was saying that the ignition components would show up today. Well, they didn't show up. So, I guess I'm getting a refund on that. Alright, so I'm trying to base true off of centering from the frame, but keeps on pulling way over to the right hand side. I'm almost wondering if it wouldn't be better for me to just loosen everything up and start it over again. So now that lunch is over, I got the wheel pretty much true. Allie helped me out a bunch with that. I think it's about time where we can start getting some fiddly shit on, like getting the rear hub on, or not the hub, the rear sprocket. Both of them. The freewheel and the 32 tooth. Which, where did I go with that? Hardware for that's here. So from there, I got one high spot still that I need to take out. I still need to clip the extra length that's on the spokes, but it shouldn't be too hard to do. Today, inner tubes showed up, exhaust showed up. I got that wheel trued. Let's get those sprockets installed. One thing for sure, though, that I noticed, so these here are the lock nuts that go on the cone nuts, and I'm going to have to definitely take some space off. So these spacers are going to have to go. Granted, I think, because they're the right space for, they're the right space for it? Do I really need these? Answer in the comments down below if I need to actually run these lock nuts or not. Oh, wonderful. So I'm sitting here wondering, now this just goes to show China quality. So I'm sitting here wondering why this nut isn't going on. You may notice, if it'll focus, it's not threaded. It's just cut and bored out and countersunk. It is not at all threaded. This is going to be by far permanent. I'm going to need a shorter chain. I'm going to need a much shorter chain. Alright, so the fun part is going to be... So I went down 4 teeth on my rear sprocket for the pedal. So logic dictates that I need a chain that is 4 links shorter. So I'm going to have to count links. Either that or just order a master link for regular bike chain and cut 4 links out. Alright, it is now about 6 o'clock on Friday night. Just got back from a trip to Lowe's. Got some hardware in my pocket. Got some flat washers. Some more nuts for that rear hub. And, oh yeah, the spacers that came off. So then, from the looks of things, on those spacers in back, I noticed that they fit perfect with just the spacers, but then I gotta run those jam nuts down there. You see that little space there? Well, this dimension here, between the short spacer and this jam nut, is the same height as the big spacer. So if I eliminate the big spacer, then on 2 of these washers with 1 of those jam nuts, that's the same size as this. That'll give me the same spacing. I think that's the way I'm going to do it. Just a little cheat so I don't have to go machining all sorts of stuff. Anyway, I figure we can at least get our front wheel put together. Why is it you peel off so easy, but you don't want to go on? Alright. I have never had a pair of tires give me this much trouble in my life. I'm about halfway around, and yeah, they just want to... For every little bit that I get closer, it peels around this edge. And yes, I know that they are the right size tire for these wheels. 26-inch wheels, 26-inch tires. Should be no problem. Why is it giving me problems? Why are you giving me problems? Okay, so double checking things because of how much trouble I'm having. The inner tube that came off front is a 26 175 190. Tube that we got for the front is gonna be a... Okay, they sent me the wrong size. No wonder it was so fat. It's a 195 210. It's supposed to be a 130 or a 175. Front tire. It's a 26 1.5, but I'm upsizing to a 26 1 3/4. But here's the what the fuck. Because the diameters aren't the same. The new tire is like 3/4 of an inch narrower on rim size than the Skenda that it came off. Alright, even comparing it to the rim, there is about an inch. Like I can feel where the bead is. It's about that. There's easily an inch more. Easily an inch more. Son of a bitch. This ain't right. This is not right. I am not the smartest woman. I will freely admit that. And I did some work. Like, I did a fair bit of work without recording. I got the chain shortened. I got some parts painted. I got the new seat on. I got the handlebars flipped over. I got the speedometer mounted where I want to have it. I got the brake calipers mounted. But here's the thing. Here's why I say I am not the smartest woman. When you change hubs, there's a possibility that the diameter of the spoke hole pattern could be different. And with that change in diameter and also the change in width of the hub itself, spoke length can change. I'll show you what I mean. As you can see, there's extra length of spoke sticking out from the ferrule or nipples, or there's extra length of spoke from the nipples, so I don't have all that much thread engagement. Which also means I don't have all that much room to get the spokes trued if the wheel goes out of true, which it is. That also means that I could pop a hole in my inner tube. Well, what that means is I need to order shorter spokes. Well, thankfully, because these spokes are pretty well straight, what that means is all I need to do is measure the average length of the longest extra side. And yeah, that means I do have to completely take the rear wheel apart. Again, order parts, wait on parts. I don't think this is going to be together until maybe mid-May. Maybe June. Fuck. Alright, one spoke out. At least. Go ahead and have to disassemble the whole thing. But we just need one out to measure it. It's 10 3/4. Alright, then after some maths, so the average length that they were sticking out was about 9/32 of an inch. Sorry, I'm American. And the length that the spoke was 10 13/32 of an inch. So then plugging that into a calculator, converting that to metric after subtracting that 9/32 of an inch that we were taking off for the shorter spokes, we got a 264 millimeter spoke. So because the spokes on it are 14 gauge is good enough to stand up to the Sutek motor, which is the motor that we got for this. I'm just going to order a set of 14 gauge spokes that are 264 millimeter. I found them. It's going to be about $30. They'll be here in a week. Also note, I was just fucking around and I noticed there was an engraving on the rim band that said 584 by 22. And I didn't know what that meant, so I did a little bit of Googling. And I found a Wikipedia article, and well, when I was really fucking around with bikes in middle school, high school, and college, riding every day, just fucking around with pedal bikes and doing BMX stuff, all I really did was fuck around with 20s. Because that's what I had, and that's what I messed around with. When I was in college, I had a 26-inch bike. And then when I was commuting to work every day, working at a cemetery, I had a 26-inch bike. Basically all bought brand new. So I never had to question what size tires were on a bicycle. The tires that were on this Schwinn when I bought it were a 26 by 1.5. These are not 26s. These rims are actually 27 by, or 27.5. When I was just guessing tire sizes the other day before ordering tires, I figured that they might be a 27, so I ordered 27s. It's too late to cancel the order, and it was $70. They should still fit. If they won't, Allie is probably going to be angry at me because it was like a $70 order. Fuck. I messed up. I messed up bad. Okay. So, mirrors are on. Handlebars are flipped. Speedo is on. Can't do anything with the brake handles or the clutch handle yet because paint's still wet on those. I can't do anything with the well, I guess I could put the kill switch on, but I don't have the engine on, so I can't wire that up yet. This is a bit of a son of a bitch of a project, I'm realizing. Whoa. See you in the next episode.